Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today in this video I'm going to talk about my discus planted tank and some of the challenges I have been facing with it and what are my future plans. But before discussing all those, I want to update on the situation of the tank, how it looks like, what are the new discus I have, or whatever is my current stock right now. So let me show you. Okay, so currently the discus I have are this albino discus and a blue and red. I don't know what exact strain it is. It's really hard for me to identify that, but it's a very beautiful discus. It's a female and this is a male, and they have been laying eggs in the tank. The male doesn't seem to be interested in fertilizing the eggs so far, but the female, she is laying eggs from time to time, and even now from the behavior you can see she is more or less in a breeding situation. Other than that, I have red melon. This is a fish that I got really very small and it has grown quite a bit since then. I have blue diamond, turquoise, I really love this fish. And there is another albino that is currently hiding in the plants. Other than these, this is the breeding pair I have in the breeding tank. They're laying eggs from time to time, but so far they have not been able to successfully raise their fries. So I'm keeping them separate and letting them do their thing. So coming back to the discus tank. Now, this is how the tank looks like for now. The water level is a little less because it's been evaporated, and today is the day I do water changes. And you can see again that the female is cleaning the leaf because she is planning to lay eggs. It's really interesting. Okay, so this is how the tank looks like now. You can see I have lots of plants. This plant I think is called hygrophila. Most of it, this is what I have mostly in the tank. It's everywhere. I have some crypts at the bottom. And you can see that some of the plants are actually covered in algae. Some people call it algae, some call it algae, but you get the idea. Here, this is Anubias plant. Now you can see some of the plants, they're new and they're showing real good colors. They're green, but some of them are really black, covered in algae. Now I have been cleaning algae from time to time, but it seems to come back every time, and it makes sense why it does, because the food that I feed to the discus is mostly beef heart mix. It's a very high nutrient food, and with my work and day routine, it's really very hard for me to do multiple water changes throughout the week. So with the amount of water changes I do, that usually 1 or 2 water changes a week, and the amount of food I feed and the number of fish I have, it's just no-brainer that the algae keeps coming back because of nutrients in the tank. I've been cleaning them off from time to time with my hands, but then I find myself spending more time on the maintenance than enjoying the tank myself. I have seen that the shape of the plant has changed from how they used to be. For example, here you can see these are the new plants. You can see how the shape is. Well, if you see some of the older plants, they're starting to show some weird texture and bending in the leaves. And it appears to me that it's the temperature that's responsible for it. Because plants do well in slightly cooler water, while discus do well in warmer water. I'm sorry for the glare. So it's really hard to keep the plants as well as the discus both in perfect conditions. And other than that, the problem I'm facing right now is that some of the fish a little docile, while some other fish are pretty dominant. So what's happening is that the slightly docile fish are hiding most of the time, and it's causing a problem in the tank that when I feed the fish, the docile fish are usually hiding, or even when they come out, they don't just take a stand for themselves to fight for the food, and they're not getting enough food, they're staying hungry, and I'm worried that they might start developing health issues. So I've been thinking, what can I do about this matter, because I don't like the plants in the condition they are right now, and also I don't like the fish hiding mostly, and I also don't like the fish going hungry most of the time. So I have decided to take out all the plants from the tank. I might keep some plants, or maybe I'll make a curtain of plants at the back. I'm trying to rearrange tank in a way that the fish don't have enough space to hide, so they can stand up for themselves and they can fight for their place in the tank. And I think there's a real imbalance in the hierarchy of the tank. And also the plants, I am not happy with them, how they're looking. Even though they're bushy, they're growing, they're taking over the tank slightly, but I don't like how they look. One solution to deal with this algae is to have algae eaters. And the problem with algae eaters in this tank is, I have tried Chinese algae eater in the past. They have proven to be one of the best algae eaters for me, at least. But the problem is that with discus, the problem I'm facing is that they start to latch on the bodies of the discus, and they start to eat the slime coat of the fish, and this is something that I don't want to happen. So I had to take out the Chinese algae eater from my tank, and then I brought Otos. They are known to be one of the very best algae eaters. Here you can see one. But the problem that I'm facing with these fish in the tank is that they were being hunted by the discus, and I lost 2 of my Otos, and the remaining 2 are always hiding somewhere up in the corner like this, so they can save themselves from the discus, and eventually all the algae on the plants are left unattended. My current plan is to take out all the plants, and probably I'll just convert this tank from a planted scape to just some nicely hardscape tank. I don't know what exactly I'm going to add to make it a nicely hardscape tank, but this is the plan right now. This is the current update on this tank. Maybe I'll show you in the next video that how did I change the scape, and how did it affect the behavior of the fish, if it affected at all. But for now, this is the update on this tank, and if you want to see the changes that will be happening in this tank and how it affects the behavior of the fish, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. But that's how it is. So I got 1 breeding pair here, I have another breeding pair here, and I have some other discus in the tank. And here are some of my cardinals. Cardinals usually don't school like this. They're usually scattered around the tank, but because in my tank some of the cardinals were also hunted by the discus, so now the cardinals have learned to stay in a group slightly away from the discus, and also the discus have gotten used to eating the food I give them instead of hunting down other fish. But the issue of some of them not eating still remains, so that is something I have to address. So guys, I will be changing this tank up, and I'll be posting in the next video the changes I did, and from there we will see how it has affected the fish, their behavior, and what has changed and what did not. So guys, this is the update for today. Please do subscribe to the channel to see future updates and see how it has turned out. So until then, Peace.